This is Larry Bonerato from LarryOnLearning.com, and this is your Morning Minute, a college lesson worth remembering. Why everyday life displays the ingenuity and beauty of how our economy really works. The economics professor entered his classroom of 20 students and began class a little differently. Today, he said, we're going to participate in a project. He divided the students into 4 teams of 5 and gave them their first instruction. As a team, he said, list every activity you performed yesterday from the moment you woke up until the time you went to bed. Be specific. Don't leave anything out. And you have 7 minutes. When time expired, he gave each team 2 minutes to share their lists. As he spoke, he recorded the activities on the board, eliminating duplicates. When he finished, he turned to his class and said, "You've identified 235 activities. Now," he continued, "using that list, write down every product and services you used during those activities. For example, if you brushed your teeth, you used water, a toothbrush, toothpaste, a sink, and a mirror. You stood on a wood, concrete, or porcelain floor. You used electricity for heat and light. You were dressed in clothing or pajamas. That is the level of detail I expect, and you have 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, the professor stopped the class. The students' list now totaled more than 2,700 entries. He looked at them and said, "What you're holding are just some of the thousands of products and services you use every day. And that doesn't even include the processes used to mine materials, manufacture goods, transport them, or install them." Then he asked, "Why do you think I had you do this exercise?" No one answered. In our capitalist economy, the professor explained, individuals and companies anticipate what people need and want. Using materials, tools, and machines, they work to make sure that what you have and when you need, you get it and when you need it. They do this because others value those products and services and because they can earn a profit or earn a living by producing them. He continued, now contrast that with a socialist system. In that system, government officials decide what will be produced and how much. Because production is not guided by demand, shortages are common. Venezuela is a perfect example. Once an economic powerhouse with a stable economy, it adopted socialism under Hugo Chavez. Decades later, with government control replacing individual decision-making, the results were a depressed economy, an impoverished population, and widespread shortages of food and power. The professor paused again. He continued, "Don't believe it when others tell you that socialism is preferable to capitalism. No government official can manage production better than a system driven by needs and the choices of people. Innovation, ingenuity, and productivity respond far faster when individuals and companies are free to act." Remember this exercise, he said. It explains why capitalism, a system based on freedom, demand, and individual effort, is a superior economic system. And he concluded by saying, class dismissed. And that is today's Morning Minute.